Hey everybody, good evening. Very late evening. Way too late for me to be posting a video, but here we are. And if you're up late, you'll catch this video when I upload it. And if you're not, then maybe you'll see it the next day. But yeah, gonna go ahead and just post it now. It's the injury report video. I don't like to miss this video, so I'm gonna just go ahead and post it even though you probably already seen it by now because this information is like 6 hours old. What happened was after the gut punch that was the Mariners game, I just kind of curled up in bed, fell asleep, and didn't wake up until now. So, yeah, that's my bad. But may as well take a look at what we have with the injury reports because that's obviously going to be very important this week because Seattle remains a pretty beat up squad. But first, let's take 60 seconds. All right, guys, let's take a minute so I can tell you about Sleeper, a one-stop shop for all your sports needs. You can celebrate and chat on sports games in real time with other users. You can get the fastest scores, blazing fast sports news and sports alerts right at your fingertips. And of course, you can use Sleeper to play in fantasy leagues and win real money on picks contests. This is the way sports were meant to be enjoyed together. So download Sleeper today. Use promo code SBN to get up to a $100 match on your first deposit. And you can pair that with another promo they have right now where you can get a $20 entry free with no deposit required. So get both of those things going. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Currently operational in over 25 states and growing. So check out Sleeper today, get to it, and go have some fun with sports this year. All right, welcome back. So we got Greg Bell here with the information on his tweet. I think, I'm not sure, but I believe the Seahawks did a walkthrough today because they are so beat up. So don't take this information with a ton of confidence because it doesn't necessarily indicate where each player is. It's just an estimate based off what the team believes would be the case. So understand that we're going to do the best we can with the information we've been given. But in this case, I think it's safe to say that we'll learn a lot more tomorrow with the injury report than we did today. Okay, so Seahawks side of things, it's a pretty decently sized list, and most of this is not very encouraging. There's very little here to get enthused about, and there's a lot to be concerned about. Brady Russell, full participant. He's the one guy on this list who was projected to be a full participant today with a wrist injury, and Brady Russell does not play very much. So that's the closest thing we have to something that's clean here. Everything else is at least a little bit concerning with the exception of Jarran Reed. Jarran Reed did not participate or was projected to not participate today because he was resting because he's an older player. So that's fine. That's fine. But other than that, we have concerns. We have two guys who were limited today. Nick Emanwari was limited with an ankle injury, so that may be indicative of the fact that after last week, where he was a full participant every single day in practice, he has gone the wrong way. So Nick Emanwari is presumably going to be able to play. If you're limited on Wednesday, you're probably fine to be able to play on Sunday. But that does indicate that he did kind of go and make things at least a little bit worse for himself with him playing through it on Sunday. And with if you recall that game, there was a point in time where Emanwari was on the sideline doing like sprinting back and forth to test his ankle. So that's probably where something happened. So not great. And we also have Reek Woolen, who was limited, which normally would be good because remember, he missed the last third of that game or so on Sunday. But the problem is he has a concussion. And with a concussion, I'm not as confident that limited participation means he's going to be good to go on Sunday. So for me, Reek Woolen, I need to see him actually work his way through the concussion protocol in full before I have confidence he's going to be able to play. And as much as I'm not a fan of Reek Woolen right now, as frustrated as I am with him, he is better than anything else we can put out there. And after what happened on Sunday, I think we can pretty clearly state that. And everything else is at least somewhat concerning, right? Derek Hall did not participate with the oblique. I think we can all safely assume he's not going to play. Ernest Jones, shoulder injury, did not participate. I think he'll play, but it's certainly not good that he's projected to not practice on a Wednesday. So the shoulder, that's new, I believe. I don't think his shoulder was hurt before this year, and it certainly wasn't injured last week that we knew of, so something happened. Josh Jones remains a DNP. Not really too worried about that, but for whatever it's worth, ankle injury, still keeping him out of practice. We got DeMarcus Lawrence, still with the quad, still not participating. And Mike McDonald says, based on what he said, I get the sense it's kind of a 50-50 spot. He didn't sound super confident either way, so I'm not super confident either way here. Got Julian Love with a hamstring injury, did not participate. So I get a pretty decent vibe that he's going to be able to play this week, but McDonald did not sound confident. And then you got Devin Witherspoon with the knee injury, did not participate. Hard to be super confident. Hard to be super confident there. It does seem like there's a problem going on there right now with him. And this could be something that he deals with throughout the entire season. He's trying to avoid surgery, of course, but he's at this point, I don't know what to expect. And I was really hoping he would get back this week. But I'm going to say it right now. If this team is missing Woolen, Witherspoon, and Love, and throw in D-Law here, I guess, I don't know how they stop Jacksonville. I don't. I don't know how they stop Jacksonville's offense that hasn't been great so far this year, but is pretty good, is very talented. Like, this is not what we need to be dealing right now against this talented, capable Jacksonville offense. Speaking of Jacksonville, they also had their practice report on Wednesday, and it looks a lot better than ours. Okay, this is the sign of an injury report of some players that are beat up, but it doesn't seem like they're really going to be missing anybody, right? They had 2 DNPs. One is their punter, Logan Cook, and it's not injury related. It's a personal thing. Maybe his wife is giving birth to a child. I don't know. I didn't look into it, but the point is he's going to be fine. And then you've got Robert Hainsey, center. He got the hamstring, didn't participate. Other than that, they look at the very least like a lot of these guys have a really good chance of being able to play. Everybody limited. You got Yasser Abdullah, Dyami Brown. Dyami Brown's obviously not a huge part of their offense, but they might actually ask a decent amount of him now because we are talking about a team that just put Bretton Strange on IR. That is kind of the big injury problem they have right now. Ezra Cleveland with the ankle injury, limited. So there's a little something going on there, I guess. But again, if you're limited on Wednesday, you're probably going to be able to play on Sunday. Edoga, who I do not believe starts for them at tackle, knee injury, limited. Anton Harrison, limited with the elbow injury. Patrick McCarry, guard. So their offensive line has some injuries on it, but it doesn't seem like any of these injuries are going to keep anybody out. Maybe they're at slightly less than 100%, but it's not a big deal here. So McCarry, limited with the knee. Eric Murray, veteran safety for them with the neck injury, limited. One of their reserve running backs, Tootin, shoulder injury, is limited. And Trayvon Walker, defensive end, wrist, is limited. So the list looks long, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be that bad for him. So I would say that Jacksonville's situation is looking a lot better than ours. I think that's pretty clear. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Again, sorry that it's so late that I'm posting this. I thought about just not even bothering posting it, but somebody's going to be awake right now. And again, I don't like missing this video every day. So that's my bad. But yeah, not looking great. Hopefully we get better news tomorrow. And we still can. Like, it's not ridiculous to have a really bad injury report on Wednesday that clears up by Thursday or Friday, but it doesn't look good right now, people. Okay, everyone have a great rest of your day. Go Hawks. And yep, that's about it.